Hi everyone, welcome to KylieBot. My name is Kylie Ahern and I am the co-founder of KylieBot. So welcome to your first interview. The first thing that you want to do is copy and paste your profile from LinkedIn or from your resume into KylieBot. Then there's a few instructions that come up on the next page. Have a quick read. This is a really natural voice conversation. It's very relaxed. Then you go and you very quickly check the microphone just to make sure that KylieBot can hear you. And then you dive into the interview.
Hi Kylie, lovely to meet you. I am KylieBot, trained on hundreds of Kylie's interviews, so you are in safe hands. I'm excited to hear about your work. Are you ready to begin the interview?
I am.
Wonderful. Before we get into your current work, I'd like to understand your background and what led you to where you are today. So let me start with this. When you think back to your early career or your education, what sparked your interest in science communication and content creation?
So the first time I really came across science in a serious way was when I was working in magazine publishing right at the beginning of my career. And the first publication I worked on, or one of the first, was New Scientist. And that sparked my interest in science itself. Prior to that, I hadn't studied science at school or university. So, reading the stories in the pages of New Scientist sparked an interest in science, and that led to a few years later me co-founding an Australian science magazine called Cosmos.
That's a really compelling entry point. Stumbling into science through journalism rather than through formal study. So Cosmos came a few years after New Scientist. What was driving you to create an Australian publication specifically? Was there a gap you saw in what was available at the time?
At that time, 99% of Australian magazine sales in the science category were to foreign titles like New Scientist and Scientific American. And if you don't tell the stories of Australian science and scientists, it actually really stops public awareness, people trusting that money being spent on research has a really good outcome for them. So that was really missing in the marketplace. For a scientist, it was important for their profile so they could get funding. So there was a massive gap in the market at that point. So you finish the interview. A few minutes later, you'll receive your content type that you've signed up for. Here's an example. This is a profile piece around me. It's 650 words. Now, it's not just profile pieces. There's impact case studies. There's grant narratives. There's pitch narratives. So it really depends on the type of content that you're looking for. But it's not just about the outputs. The process that you go through with KylieBot helps you sharpen your pitch narrative to people, what you're saying and how you're pitching your work. It's based on decades of interviewing researchers and writing stories and pitches for them. So you're going to find that KylieBot is a great experience for you to get pitch ready.